Shalom. Give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Shai Bashem Kodash. Giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Shai Bashem Kodash. And I'm going to entitle this video, All That See Them Shall Flee Away. And this is from Psalms, the Psalms of David, 64, the 64th Psalms, and the 8th verse. And what I'll do is I'll read the whole Psalms, which is only 10 verses long. And I'll go into other topics. I'm just going to go by the Spirit. I don't know how long this is going to be. Let's see where the Spirit takes me. So the verse says, 8th verse, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. So you have a certain number of people in the, I'll call it the hidden agenda people, that some of them are going to tell on the rest of them. What we're finding out is through the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Shai that I'm talking about the whole planet. I'm talking about the all the people on the planet Earth, because this thing, you know what I'm talking about, was pushed out throughout the whole Earth. And people are beginning to realize through family members, you know, things that happen to the family members, they're beginning to they're not being as stupid as they were, let's say 2 years ago, but they're putting one and one together and not trusting the mind control people, not trusting the fool system, the school system. The school system was set up to dumb you down. And they did a terrific job in dumbing you down. That's why you took this thing. So it says in the 8th verse, so they shall make their tongue to fall upon themselves. You have certain people that were part of that circle. One of them is John Todd. If you go to Google, you look up John Todd. He was part of that circle, demonic circle, whatever you want to call it. And he came out because he accepted Jesus, to show you how stupid he was. And you know, he told the truth. And I remember getting that cassette from Yikewab back in the early 80s. I mean, that cassette, that was the first thing that opened it up. This John Todd guy. So you should go to John Todd and see if any of his videos pop up, and he breaks it down about the world system and the elite of the world system. And like I said, in 2 years, people are beginning to wake up. Their eyes are beginning to open. And now you can see clearly what's going on. You can see who the so-called bad guy is as opposed to the good guy. And that's even in Israel. You got guys in Israel, former One Westers, that have sold out, that have made backdoor deals. One particular guy, he's going to have to explain himself, said to go ahead and take it. I know this man's a devil, but go ahead and take it anyway. And the people that have taken it, you know what I'm talking about, a lot of them are transitioning to the spirit world, the spirit realm. Bottom line is the leadership of Great Millstone, through the power of Yahweh Bashem Hawashai Bahasham Kodash, We told you. We told you. We are the number one group out there. Because we're committed to giving you the truth, because the Most High open our eyes so we see, you know, that we see this truth through the scriptures and through taking documents and videos, documentaries, and filtering them through the scriptures. The great filter is the scriptures. And as you grow in this thing, you see that there's certain people that ain't gonna make it, so you forget about them. I did a video, Ephraim is joining the idols, let them alone. The land of Ephraim, Puerto Rico, the rich port, has been hit with a major whirlwind from the Most High, and they were still building back from the last one. So on that video, I said, let's see what the predominant. I already knew what the predominant religion is. The predominant religion is Christianity. 85% are Catholics, and the rest are like other denominations of Christianity, which is nothing but Roman. All these Christian churches are all come from the Catholic Church. They're all the babies of the RCC, the Roman Catholic Church. So if they're RCCs, of course, they're going to believe that the Lord, the angels, the Lord, the Son of the Lord, the Israelites all look like those people. So they got their asses, their heads stuck up the asses of those goddamn people. That goes for all those Latin tribes. The Most High gonna keep fucking them up. Gonna keep hitting them in the head until these clowns start waking up. I showed you in that video that the IUIC went down there. Ain't nothing panned out. They got one guy down there, bless that brother. And he did some videos, didn't get too many hits. I mean, you go back 2 years of videos, he got no more than 100 hits. Some of them 50, some of them 40, some of them 30s. You know, nothing panning out. They don't want it. As soon as you can tell them, go into the scriptures. As soon as you tell them that the Lord is a Jake, they ain't gonna. They said, nah, we ain't with that shit. So guess what? The Most High is gonna keep hitting them in the head. But anyway, I'm going to read this whole chapter, just breeze through it. It's 10 verses long. The key verse is the 8th verse. And like I said, you have people in Israel in leadership position in Israel, one Westers, that have sold out, that received the script just like the rest of them Edomite presidents and prime ministers received the script. And one of the things in the script was to make people get the jump shot. Y'all know who I'm talking about. General Yohana. Now there's a video, the latest video that I put up on Odyssey. You got to watch that video, man. It's gonna mess you up. Anyway, let me just go ahead and read this, and then let me see where the Spirit's going to take me. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O power, O God. In my prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Who's the enemy? Anybody that's against the Most High. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. We know who the secret counsel of the wicked is. Secret. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection. Insurrection means to cut from inside, of the workers of iniquity, the elite, the wicked elite, who wet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Like vocab, he he shoots bitter words at us. Anytime it comes up with having to do with any Israelite group, it could be a non-messianic group, and he'll put it up there, and he'll paint with a broad brush all of the Israelites. So they're all, you got to watch out for them. They're coat, you know, and he's going to pay dearly for that, you know, by the power of Yahweh by Shemal Shai. We call him Haman. 4th verse, that they may shoot in secret. Everything that they do is in secret. And you know, nobody, especially so-called black men, they're not even voting. Jake ain't really voting. The only ones that are voting among Jake is these dumbass, stupid ass black-haired women. The men ain't vote because they know this is it's a big game. It's a big game. You see this guy currently in office, and you see the first black female, and she anytime they show her, she's cackling. You hardly ever see her. So it's a complete joke. It's a complete joke. And the Democrats, they're going to lose. They're going to lose the House of Representatives and the Senate. They're going to lose the Congress. The majority is going to be Republican. And then the gas, most likely, I'm almost positive after November, the gas will start going back up again. Prices will go up even higher. This whole thing, the Crown Vicky, with the lockdowns and stuff and such, it affected the economy of the whole planet, because every form of currency is tethered to the Federal Reserve note. So these people, what's going on? It's tethered to, you're part of this system. That shows you who controls this thing. Even the yuan, the Chinese dollar, the renminbi, if I'm saying it right, which means the people's money, the yen, the Deutschmark, all these money systems, all this money from around the world, they're tethered and linked to the Federal Reserve note. So if this place, Babylon, sneezes, everybody catches AIDS or the flu. And people can't figure it out. That's what James, the 5th chapter, is all about. That's why ultimately, Revelation 17, verse 12 on down, the allies of Babylon will eat her flesh with fire. That's quoting from James 5. And we know what the fire is. So let me continue to read 4th verse, that they may shoot in secret. Everything they do is in secret. They'll bring the politicians out and they'll tell them, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But what's going on behind closed doors? What's the real agenda? And certain people have been dumbed down by this mind control fool system. They're beginning to wake up. They're beginning to, shake off the dust, so to speak. A lot of stupid people in this country, man. A lot of gullible, stupid ass people. That's why I don't talk to nobody. I try not to. I say a few words. How you doing? Have a good day. Oh, it's gonna rain. That's it. Like I don't talk to nobody. It tells you that in Malachi 3:16, that we communicated with each other amongst the brotherhood. This is how we communicate, through the web. You see how many people from the time GMS put up their first video, July of 2007, to now we're talking about going into 15 years. Remember how many people came in? How many of those people fell out? A lot of people fell out. Hundreds of men fell out, and they're back in the world. They're getting ready. They're definitely going. They're going to take. Some of them took the jump shot. They're going to definitely take the Charagma, the MOTB, the CHIP. They're going to definitely take that, and they're going to be destroyed. And General Yohana, you're gonna have to do there's a lot of explaining you're gonna have to do, because it's on record. You can't erase it. I got a video. I got a copy of the whole video that you did with where you initially said go ahead and take it. So you got a lot of explaining to do. And you too, Captain Tatariak, because you backed him up. At first said, oh, you don't got it. He never said I got to take it. And then you went ahead and took it. You said you took it. General Yohana said, I'll take 3 and 4 of them bad boys. And the people that follow you, they're blinded, man. They're blind. Real talk. It's going to be a shakeup. It's going to be a major shakeup. It's going to be a major shakeup among these camps when they introduce. I'm all over the place. Please forgive me. Biden, the president, at the car show in Detroit, he was on 60 Minutes. He said the thing is over. Okay, we nipped it in the bud, so to speak. It's over. So you know the first thing that came in my head, what's the next thing? They got something they're going to introduce, which going to be, and I don't think it could be, but I don't think it's the CHIP quite yet. But we'll see. We'll see how they'll do it. But eventually they're going to bring that CHIP out, because they got to fulfill prophecy. They got to fulfill Revelation chapter 13. And we've been saying it. Just for the record, we've been saying it. We here at Great Millstone been saying it since we got on YouTube. And Sakari. And Sakari, Deacon Akar did a video that ETT, End Time Teacher, put up, reposted. So I was watching some of it, and he was going into Revelation chapter 16. I didn't get a chance to see all of it, but he was going into like, what is it, the second, third verse around there, a grievous sore. And he made a statement. He said, how can you be going, how can you follow Christianity and get a sore from it, a grievous sore? And it's a physical sore, which is a cancer. And I'll get a chance, I'll watch the rest of it, and then I may just do a video on that, go in the book of Revelation chapter 16, and mainly like the first, I don't know, 2-3 verses, but I may just go and do the whole chapter unless somebody beats me to it. And that's all right too. It says, Psalm 64 verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. And that's what vocab does. He shoots in secret at the perfect, meaning he comes up with an agenda and he shoots it at us. And every time he comes against us, he loses badly. It says, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. And vocab alone has no fear. He really doesn't think that we're the people and that we're going to be on top, and that in the kingdom we're going to have servants. Fifth verse, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. Everything that they do is evil. They push you know, Moism. They push you can change your plumbing. And this is a wicked, evil society. They don't even honor the Sabbath. Back years ago, they used to honor what they thought was the Sabbath, which was a Sunday. I remember as a child, everything was closed. Everything. If you needed to get something on Sunday, you got to wait until Monday. The milkman wasn't even. I go far back where real milk from farms used to be delivered to you in these thick glass bottles in a silver box. The guy would come around with a white truck with a small white like van with a cow on it, and he would go to every apartment delivering milk. You didn't get milk from the stores. And like I said, if you needed to get something if you ran out of sugar and you needed to go get something from the store, you better go to your next door neighbor, because everything was closed. Everything. I mean everything. That's called the blue laws. So they were trying to be in order. That was more of a Christian setup, which they were off any damn way. And it wasn't crazy back there. But you didn't have shootouts, and you had women. They were raised up, and girls were raised up with their mother and their father, and they were respectable people, women. Yeah, I remember when if you took a little girl out to the movie, their mother would come and sit right next to you. You would call chaperones. This shit don't. These women today, especially the Judite woman, the Kingdom of Judah woman, they're freaking wolf packs. They walk around in wolf packs. They strapped up, they gunned up, whatever term you want to use. They got the box cutters. They're wild beasts, as the scriptures say. They're wild beasts, and they must be exterminated. I'm talking about Israelites. They must be exterminated, and they are going to be exterminated. If you don't know, if you're an Israelite and you don't know that you're an Israelite, as far as the truth is concerned, you will be exterminated. Real talk. But like I said, watch the video, the newest video that I put up on my Odyssey page. And it mainly hits the land of Moab, because the Moab pushed that so heavy that they force you. They can't force you to do it on this side based upon laws and Supreme Court. Ultimately, you have the last say, but not in China. So they made them. They said, look, man, we're going to lock your ass down. You can't eat. You're going to starve to death. We're going to seal you up in your house. They were actually doing that, man. But if you take the thing, you're going to be all right. So guess what? People said, F it. Let me go ahead and take it. And now we're talking end of 2019, because it first hit the land of Moab, right? 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. We're coming in a few more months, it'll be 2023. And certain experts says after a couple of years, sometime immediately. My friend that I grew up with, he died immediately after taking all the jump shots. And so that's why people are waking up, because they're seeing that their family members, they're putting one and one together. That's what the 8th verse is all about. So let me read on the 5th verse. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares, traps privately. They say, who shall see them? Well, we see them. Aaron Russo saw them. Oh, another one. Aaron Russo was an insider. He had meetings. He became friends with Nick Rockefeller. Now they're saying Nick Rockefeller never existed, and they showed pictures of both of them, and they pretty much attempted to recruit him, and he was like, "No, how can you do this to these people? I'm not that type of way." Now he might be a Jake. Based upon his name, he's a small hat, but he could be a Jake because his conscience wouldn't allow him to do that shit. And then Nick Rockefeller said, "Why do you care? These are just people. Why don't worry about them? Worry about you and your family." And none of the elite took the jump shot. So guess what? They didn't listen to you, General Yohana. You got a lot of explaining to do, General Yohana. Because there's going to be a major shakeup. 6th verse. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart, the mind is deep. I mean, they don't have no. If you recruited into the inner circle, you ain't no dummy. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them or see what's going on shall flee away. They should get away from them. And the reason why they pulled back this thing, Biden pulled back this thing, oh, it's over, we got rid of it, and everything go back to normal. It's because people are waking up to it. People are saying, man, I don't trust the mind control anyway. You know what I mean by mind control? The mind control people. Clinton, Kennedy. Well, Kennedy, they were doing their own thing. That's why they got him out of there. Trump, Obama. Obama was just a puppet, just like the rest of them. Just a puppet. He did the right thing. They gave him the script. He followed it. He studied it. He followed it. And he's I don't know. I don't know if he's a multi-billionaire. Him and his wife, they're doing good. They're doing good. They passed all those new laws which affect you. You know, Trump got the script, but he used to leave the script home. That's why they say, okay, you ain't coming back the second time. We're gonna get a complete Alzheimer MS patient. We're gonna make him president over you. His place is done. This place is done. This place is done. The only thing left is the CHIP, the MOTB, the Charagma, and then everything's gonna move lightning fast. But then whoever takes the Charagma, they're gonna, pursuant to Revelation chapter 16, they're gonna suffer cancer. It says, and all men shall fear and shall declare the work of the Most High. What all men? What all men? See, vocab, that clown will say, see, all men. That means everybody. Nope. All men who's the Most High open up their eyes among Israel, the elect. Those are the ones that's going to see it. Ninth verse again, and all men shall fear and shall declare the work of the Most High. Esau ain't declaring the work of the Most High. I'm gonna show you that. It tells you in Revelation that they're not going to repent of their murders. So it ain't talking about them. For they shall wisely consider of his doing. 10th verse, the righteous shall be glad. Who are the righteous? The elect of Israel. Shall be glad in Yahweh and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory. So you know what I want to do? I want to go to Revelation 6 and Revelation 9 and Revelation 13. Revelation 6. And then I'm going to go to Revelation 9 and Revelation 16. Okay, the sixth seal, start the 12th verse. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. And the stars of heaven fell upon the earth. The stars of heaven were actually missiles that John the apostle saw. He said, "Oh my goodness, the stars are falling from heaven." What he actually saw was missiles falling from heaven. Even as a fig tree gathers her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. That's a mushroom cloud, and every mountain and island will move out of their places. Earth is going to shake. Isaiah 24. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, the leadership, government, and the mighty men, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. A lot of them went underground, fallout shelters, and said to the mountains and rocks, "Fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne." Daniel 7 and 9. And from the wrath of the Lamb. Who sitteth on the throne? Yahweh, the Ancient of Days, and the wrath of the Lamb. So that's talking about Yahweh and his son. And remember, when you go back to Daniel 7, it says it's prepared to be the Son of Man, come to him with 1,000 angels. I'm merely paraphrasing. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? A lot of people are going to die. Hundreds of millions of people are going to die. And then the rest of the world, that the ones that remain, they're going into captivity. This, like I was just finished reading Psalm 64, that says all men. Matter of fact, let me do this. I'm over here. Let me do this. Let me go back to Psalm 64. Ninth verse. And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of the Most High, for they shall wisely consider his doing. The all men is the elect of Israel, not Edomites. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, with the Zechariah 14 and 12, this shall be the plague, yet repented not of their works of their hands, that they should not worship devils. That's talking about Esau and these other nations and some of Israel. So they're going there's look, there's gonna be more killing when the ships land back down on earth and the idols of gold and silver and brass and stone, they're gonna go to these churches. And the wood which neither can see the idols, which is the church is nothing but a big idol, nor hear nor walk, neither repented they of their what? Of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts. They stole us, didn't they? No, we never did that. No, that never happened. That's what they're doing. When you tell them that you had slaves, they say, "Oh, that was my foreparents. Oh, that was the past. That was hundreds of years ago." So what does that mean? They're not going to repent of their misdeeds, of their wickedness. Okay, I said I was going to go to Revelation 16. Their bottom line, they held with the 2/3. And this is what's going to happen to you, the ones of you that take this, the C-hip, the charagma, the MOTB. And General Yohani, he's going to push people to take it. Second verse, and the first went and poured out. And you got to be a real knucklehead, a real dummy, a dimwit, a stupid ass, a fucking retard to believe what the IUIC and the ISUPK are saying about the charagma. You got to be complete dummies. You got to be complete dummies. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the MOTB, and upon them which worship his image. So you got, and the image is not a picture of Caesar Borgia for you dummies out there. The image is talking about the system. You're part of the system, and the system is going to, everything is going to be based upon the CBDC, central bank digital currency. And that's the thing that you're going to buy and sell with. They're going to do away with money. And the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as blood of a dead man, and every living soul died in the sea, because it's going to be contaminated from this war. So let me do this real quick. Like I said, I got to watch the rest of that video that Deacon Akkad did. It's a cancer. You're going to develop a cancer because that C chip that you're going to get communication, not like in Europe, they call it near field communication, NFC, near field communication. And it's going to communicate with the 5G. And I believe in China, they have the 6th version of that. They're moving quick in China. That's the model for the rest of the world. So they're working with each other behind the scenes, including Russia. Mossad said he's going to put hooks in their jaws. Fell a noisome and grievous sore. So let me go to the word sore, which is a cancer. Helkos. A wound is a wound, especially a wound producing a discharge pus. If you got pus coming out of your eyes, you might wipe it off, and more pus come, you going to the hospital. You definitely going to the hospital. Then they might say, well, you got cancer right in there. We want to pull your eye out or something. A sore and ulcer. And then in this same chapter, there's a heavy chapter because this goes, I believe this is the only time Armageddon. Now let me do this. I'll see how many times Armageddon is written in the scriptures. Is it one time or is it more than one time? Only one time in the scriptures. Revelation 16:16, and he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. This war that currently Russia against the Ukraine, I see that leading into all these nations. When I say all nations, I mean all the nations, the military powers, the advanced military powers. They're gonna all come together over something, and that's gonna lead to the destruction of this man's system. Armageddon. And it means mountain of troops. The hill or city of Megiddo, the scene of the struggle of good and evil, is suggested by that battle plain of Esdraelon, which was famous for two great victories of Barak over the Canaanites and of Gideon. That shows you that's going to be smack dab in the middle of the Levant. Gideon over the Midianites, and for two great disasters, the death of Saul and Josiah. Yeah, because at that time Saul was fighting the Philistines. Hence, in Revelation, a place of great slaughter, the scene of a terrible retribution upon the wicked. Who's the wicked? The Edomites. The RSV, the Revised Standard Version, translates the name as Her Magaddon, i.e., a hill, as R is the city of Megiddo. Megiddo. Yeah, hill, mountain. But anyway, I'm gonna say shalom. It's on to the next one. But watch the latest video that I put up on Odyssey. No way in hell I could put that video on YouTube. They would strike it immediately. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.